Yo, what's up guys? If you want a shout out or if you just want to support your boy, follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Prince Ohakam. Make sure you hit that like on this video. Lastly, subscribe and turn your post notifications on. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Yo, what's up guys? Prince Charming. We're checking out The Odd One Out, my horrible spelling, and it is spelled horribly as he says he has. I'm not gonna lie, I do have a couple of times trouble with spelling. I do have to rely on my autocorrect. I do have to rely on my iPhone. Sometimes I have to rely on Google just to make sure I spell something right. But come on, who doesn't have the troubles? It's not like I don't know how to spell. It's just a little small mistakes. Like, is it supposed to be a double L? Is it supposed to be like E after I or I before E? I have no clue. Who knows? I even remember I went to a spelling bee contest. I actually went pretty far, but I didn't win it just because they gave me this trick word. And it had to be because I was black, because they didn't give any of the white people trick words. No, I'm just messing with you. I'm not that kind of person. I know that they don't do race and spelling bee. It's all completely random, but still, I'm kind of salty that I lost. Don't forget to hit me with a like on this video. Subscribe and turn your post notifications on so you never miss a post. Go ahead and comment a word you always have trouble spelling. I always have trouble spelling business. I think this is how you spell it. B-U-S-I-N-E-S-S, business. I think that's how you spell it, but I always have to like autocorrect or Google it. But enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and check out The Odd One Out, my horrible spelling. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Okay, class. Spell
Teacher.
Wednesday.
That's how you spell it.
I don't know how to spell Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Well, James, just sound it out. Oh, okay. So, like this?
Day.
No, James, it's Wednesday.
There you go. That's how my teacher taught me.
Sound it out, and that's how you sound it out. You think you have it bad? Do is spelled with an X. I think it comes to no surprise that I'm terrible at spelling. I feel like everyone in life falls into two categories. Either you're good at math and bad at reading, or you're weird. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that I'm a math boy.
Yep.
My mom told me that I have dyslexia because she has dyslexia and I have all the symptoms, but we never got that diagnosed by a doctor, so you can't make me take my meds, Mom. A lot of times what I do to cover up the fact that I spell lower than a first grade level is I will purposely misspell words to the point where it's obviously a joke. You thought I was doing that to be funny, but it's actually because I have zero self-confidence in my spelling and I don't want anyone to point out my mistakes. I mentioned this in a different video, but in elementary school, I was put into an honors program, and everyone had to take spelling tests a grade ahead of their level. And by everyone, I mean everyone except me, because I failed every single spelling test.
Oh gosh!
I take spelling tests that were on level. Ew. Every week when we took a spelling test, I would have to move to the back of the classroom, and the teacher would stand right next to me.
With the rest of the black people.
Everyone else's word, which had like 8 syllables, like anti-disestablimentarianism.
Ew.
And then she'd turn to me and give me my on-level word. James, your word is cat.
How do you spell that?
Also, one year our class did a spelling bee and everyone had to participate, and like, I didn't even care that I was the first one out. Hey, that's almost my name. Another thing that I mentioned in a pretty old video is that I used to have a speech impediment when I was little.
I have that right now.
I couldn't pronounce my O's and I talked like this. I'm good now. Obviously. So every other day during school, I had to go to a speech therapy class, and one day the teacher who taught me how to pronounce my O's, I'll call her Mrs. Kool-Aid. Okay, I do want to mention that I do have a speech impediment that I do deal with right now. Many of y'all don't know this. I have to take multiple cuts of a video, multiple cuts of lines, and sometimes even then I still keep in me stuttering just because I couldn't get through it. I have a serious problem with stuttering and rambling. Like, it's so serious that I can literally go off topic for 5 minutes and not even realize I was off topic, and the whole time I was stuttering the entire time and I'm repeating myself. I probably just did it right now. Like, y'all can tell that I have a speech impediment and I have ADD. Y'all can tell. Gave me this sheet of paper with a bunch of raindrops on it, and she said, every raindrop on this page,
Raindrops?
say the word raindrop. But then she just left the room, and I said, well, I'm not gonna do this. I didn't say raindrop a single time, because like, no one was even there. No one would have seen me not saying raindrop. So why would I do something that I didn't want to do? But then, the funny part is, when she came back, she asked, are you finished saying your raindrops? No. Well, how many did you say?
0.
I didn't say any.
Big goose egg.
You stupid child. I told her the truth for some reason. I don't know why. It was probably the easiest lie in my life to get away with. But that's why I remember this story. I'm still mad at myself for telling the truth. And I had to say raindrop a bunch of times in front of her, and she would only go to the next raindrop until I said it right, and it was terrible. It really hurt my feelings. Since I was struggling with reading and spelling, I had to get an IEP, an incredible, excellent personality, which meant I had to go to a special class for a little bit during school. And the teacher who taught this class was none other than Mrs. Kool-Aid. Oh yeah. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't remember anyone ever telling me I was put into a special needs class. I just remember going into speech therapy every other day, and then those classes slowly morphed into teaching me how to read and spell. I don't know, I thought reading this book would have helped me talk better. 2 other kids were in the reading class with me, and I remember the day when reading for me just clicked.
I have never spent any time in a special ed class. I don't know. Back when I was growing up, and this can be completely different now, but back when I was growing up, you didn't want to be caught seen in a special ed class. Even if you graduated from that special ed class, like, kids will always look at you and know you as that kid who went to special ed. It's just not something you want to be seen with. Like, you just had to protect your clout. You see, even back then, popularity and clout and, like, protecting your image was an important thing, bro. Like, it's insane how far we go to get others to like us. Like, come on, I don't care about y'all.
Us 3 were given a simple sentence to read. It was
I do love my fans, though.
It was so simple. It was literally just, to defend their hive from wasps, bees don't sting the wasp. Instead, they all crowd around the wasp and flap their wings to raise their body temperature, heating up the wasp until it dies.
Oh, gosh!
Mrs. Kool-Aid asked us, okay, how do bees defend against wasps? And the other 2 kids said, they sting them. And I said, what? No, you Moans. Didn't you weed this?
Moans?
The words in this paper have meaning when placed in a certain order to convey information. Also, I never want to get hugged by a bee. So I was in these classes all the way until the 6th grade. I was getting better at reading. I still wasn't great, but I was getting better at it. And one day, Mrs. Kool-Aid said, you know, James, you should try competing in the Battle of the Books. Battle of the Books? Battle of the Books? Battle of the Books? Finally,
oh gosh!
Fun. At my school, Battle of the Books was this competition where students were given a list of 4 books to read within a time limit of like 2 months. I don't remember how long it was. And after however many months it was, the contestants would sit in an auditorium and take turns answering questions about the books. And whoever got the most questions right would get a pizza party.
Oh, that's nice.
Where the battle part comes in.
That's dope.
We'd kill each other for pizza. And then there were 2 more rounds, each with 4 more books, so there was a total of 12 books you had to read.
Oh, pizza parties were everything in elementary school. Like, if you lose a pizza party, you were just hated. And we did do like a spelling contest to see who wins the pizza party, and I was in that spelling contest, but I actually made it far. So I didn't lose in like the first round, something like that. I actually made it far. So put some respect on my name. Even though I'm a bad speller, now I'm a good speller then. That's just like how I am in all aspects of life. I just used to be so good at school. Now I'm just whatever with it.
And we were allowed to be with a partner, so my partner was TJ.
TJ!
Hey, TJ, you remember Battle of the Books? Yeah, man, it was great.
Looking fabulous.
Now, you're probably thinking that 4 books in 2 months isn't that hard, especially since they're kids' books. But as someone who didn't read any books on my own outside of school, it was a challenge. But I discovered a way to cheat this system.
Spark Notes!
I discovered something called
Cliff Notes.
Books.
Okay.
Instead of having to sit still and read the book, I could just have someone read the book to me. And I would get through the book so much faster.
That is nice.
I'd be able to read a book in about 8 hours as opposed to reading a book never, because I would never be able to finish a book on my own. And I was actually able to understand what was going on. I legitimately thought that listening to audiobooks was cheating because of how well it worked. So I never told anyone my secret until just now. Please don't tell anyone. Also, I didn't just turn on an audiobook and start playing video games. No, I sat in my bed next to the CD player and followed along with the book, and sometimes I even took notes. I wanted to talk about my love for audiobooks for so long, but I can't, because then people will think I'm getting paid by a certain company, but I'm not. Instead of wasting your money on quality audiobooks made by professionals, you guys should all check out LibriVox.org, where you can listen to free public domain audiobooks, which means there's only old-timey classical books on it, like Aesop's Fables, which in my opinion is all you need. Anyway, TJ and I did the Battle of the Books, and for one of the rounds, TJ was sick, so I had to answer questions all by myself, and I never forgave him for that. And also, the whole time, I was keeping track of everyone's points, and me and TJ got the most questions right. My math skills are finally being useful. I was already craving the pizza. After the last round, the teacher said, okay, I'll tally up all the points and let you all know who the winner is in a couple of weeks.
Like a toilet.
Since I was keeping track of everyone's score, I already knew we won. I turned to TJ and I said,
he looked evil as hell.
Guess what? We already... Oh, this is the round that you were sick on. How did I not notice that until just now? But then a couple of weeks go by and I'm not hearing any news about a pizza party. I was expecting to walk into class one day and there would just be a pile of pizza boxes waiting for me, but that never happened. The teacher in charge of the competition was the librarian, so one day I went up to her and I asked, "So, did you ever say who won the Battle of the Books? Also, my favorite pizza is barbecue chicken."
She hoped everyone forgot.
She said, "Oh, these 2 5th graders won."
Oh.
So the Battle of the Books was for both 5th and 6th graders. I was a 6th grader, so I went to all the 6th grader battles. But apparently, there was some low-life 5th grader who got every single question right and stole my pizza party. And that taught me a valuable lesson. Even when you work hard, you don't always get what you want in life.
True.
But that's okay.
True.
Because one day,
you'll be an adult and you can buy all the pizza you want without having to read.
Yeah! So that was it for that video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. That ending went so hard. My boy James, the odd one out, stunning all these folks. That's the only way to stunt, you know? Throw your own pizza party and buy every single pizza in the city. Now look at the librarian now. I wonder if she's watching that video, how she feels now that she didn't give the pizza party to you, James, because you're just too dope. But don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, and comment on this video if you want to reply from yours truly, Prince Charming. My name is Prince Ohakam. Stay charming, my friends.